My beloved child, pause right here. Do not rush past these words. Heaven has interrupted your scrolling for a holy reason. Your spirit called, and heaven answered. You are not here by mistake. The light that surrounds you right now is not imagination. It is a visitation. It is a message from the heart of God for you. Stay with me till the end. Something deep, hidden, and painful in you is about to be touched. Something you have been afraid to even name is about to be brought into the light. You are not alone in this. I speak to the ache you hide behind your smile. I speak to the questions you whisper in the dark. I speak to the love you feel, the confusion you carry, about this person who fell in love with you, even with the age difference. You have wondered if you are foolish. You have wondered if you are wrong. You have wondered if God is disappointed in you for caring so deeply about someone who is not your age. You have played out every possible future in your mind. What if people judge me? What if this person is not sincere? What if this love leads only to pain? You have asked heaven, again and again, why this person? Why now? Why like this? Why a heart connection that does not fit what the world calls normal? Why a love that crosses years, expectations, and rules you did not write? Archangel Michael says, I am sent to you now. I stand beside you as a guardian, as a witness, as a messenger. I come with a sword of truth, not to wound your heart, but to cut away lies that have wrapped themselves around your thinking. Breathe for a moment. Place your hand over your heart if you can. Feel how it still beats, even after everything. Feel how it still longs, even after disappointment and betrayal. You have been through so much more than you tell others. Your soul holds memories of rejection, of being chosen last, or not chosen at all. There was a time they laughed at you, ignored you, or used you, and did not see the treasure that you are. So when this person looked at you with real eyes, when they saw you beyond your years, beyond your wrinkles or your youth, when they saw you beyond your status, beyond your fears, something inside you both awakened. This person fell in love with you, even with the age difference. They saw a light in you that drew them in. They felt a safety with you, an understanding, a rare comfort. They did not expect it, but it arrived like a sudden sunrise. And you felt it too. Maybe you tried to deny it in the beginning. Maybe you told yourself it was just kindness, just attention, just a phase. But deep down, you knew something more was happening. You wondered, can they really love me like this? With the years between us. With the stories we lived before we ever met. With all the differences that the world would shout about. You are not wrong to wonder. Heaven honors your questions. God does not condemn your heart for feeling, but calls you closer for clarity and protection. Listen to me, beloved soul. Age does not make a spirit more or less valuable. Years do not decide whether love is real or fake. But not every love is meant to be lived in the same way. Right now, heaven is not here to shame you. Heaven is not here to say you are dirty, unworthy, or foolish. Heaven is here to lift the weight of fear from your shoulders, and to plant wisdom where confusion has grown. You have heard so many competing voices. some tell you to run away. Some tell you to seize this love at all costs. Some tell you that God could never be part of this. But Archangel Michael says, silence the noise for a moment. Let all other voices step back. There is a higher voice that wants to be heard. There is a gentler, stronger truth that wants to reach you today. This person truly did fall in love with you, even with the age gap. They did not calculate their feelings like a cold plan. Their heart responded to your heart, like a melody answering a melody. Your souls recognized something familiar in one another. Whether you are older or younger, you have worried about your place in this connection. If you are older, you have wondered, am I enough, will I become a burden? If you are younger, you have wondered, do they respect me, or just the idea of me? Heaven has seen you overthinking. You reread messages, replay conversations, search for hidden meanings. You scan their every word for proof, for assurance, for safety. You carry a quiet fear of being played, rejected, or thrown away. You say to yourself, why would someone like them love someone like me? With my past, with my age, with my scars. What if they wake up one day and realize I am not what they want? But I, a messenger of the Most High, speak this into your spirit now. You are not a leftover. You are not a secret option. You are not a mistake that someone stumbled into. There is nothing accidental about your soul. There is nothing small about your worth. The age difference does not lower your value or raise it. Your value was set by the one who made you, and that does not change. The question is not, can someone love you across years? The question is this love grounded in truth, honor, and divine order? Is this love willing to walk in the light, or does it require you to live in shadows and lies? Feel the difference, my beloved. Love that is from heaven does not require you to hide who you are. It does not ask you to betray your deepest values. It does not demand that you abandon your peace to keep their attention. There is a reason this message reaches you exactly now. You have come to a turning point inside, even if you have not spoken of it. You are standing between fear and faith, between fantasy and reality, between holding on and letting go. Some days you feel this is a divine gift. Other days you fear it is a trap. You swing between hope and dread, between imagining a future and bracing for heartbreak. Heaven knows that your mind is tired. Heaven knows you are exhausted from acting strong. You pretend to be casual, unbothered, but your heart is anything but casual about this person. I am here to bring light, not to promise what you want to hear. I cannot force their choices, their growth, or their honesty. I cannot rewrite their path or yours against your will. But I can reveal what you need to see. Archangel Michael says, look at the fruit, not just the feeling. Love that is true will bear fruit in time. Does this person honor your boundaries? Do they respect your pace, your values, your sacred no? Do you feel more peaceful after you talk to them, or more anxious? Do they show up when it matters, or only when they are bored and lonely? Do they see your soul, or only your body, your image, your role? Do they invite God into the center, or keep everything in hiding? Your heart has tried to explain away red flags. Your hope has tried to brush off warning signs. Because this connection feels rare, special, almost fated, you have been tempted to accept less than you deserve. Heaven understands why you did this. You were not trying to betray yourself. You just did not want to lose what felt like a miracle. You did not want to watch another precious bond slip away. Listen closely now. Love that is from the heart of God will never require you to sacrifice your dignity, your safety, or your sense of self. Never. If this person truly fell in love with you, even with the age difference, they will be willing to love you in the light. They will be willing to walk patiently, to build slowly, to communicate clearly, to protect what is growing, not rush or use it. Heaven is not against love. Heaven is not against romance, passion, or human connection. Heaven is against deceit, manipulation, isolation, and harm. Heaven is against anything that steals your peace and crushes your purpose. There are connections that are meant to be tender friendships, but people try to force them into romance. There are bonds that are meant to teach a lesson and move on, but people try to chain them forever and call it destiny. Your soul knows, even now, what this connection truly is. Underneath fear, under the fantasies, under the opinions of others, your spirit carries a quiet knowing. You feel it like a soft tug, a subtle nudge that you cannot silence. Some of you hearing my voice. You are meant to release this person, not because they never loved you, but because their love as it is now cannot carry you where God is taking you. You are not abandoning them, you are choosing to not abandon yourself. Others of you, you are meant to step out of fear and into honest communication. You are meant to say, if we do this, it must be in the light, with honor, with wisdom. You are meant to stop hiding, stop pretending this is nothing, and bring it before God with open hands. Heaven does not decide for you as if you were a puppet. Heaven invites you to choose with clarity and courage. You are not helpless in this story. You are a co-creator of your path with the divine. Archangel Michael says, your worth is not up for debate. Repeat this in your spirit, my worth is not determined by who chooses me or leaves me. My worth is not determined by my age, my past, or my status. You have been made to feel too much or not enough. Too old, too young, too serious, too emotional, too careful, too intense. People have placed labels on you that never came from God. Today heaven tears those labels off. You are not too late. You are not used up. You are not a toy or a phase. You are a soul with eternal value, a heart that matters. The age difference in this connection is not a joke to heaven. It is a serious element that must be handled with wisdom. Not every soul can carry that weight with maturity and care. You are right to be cautious, to think deeply, to move slowly. If you are older, release the shame that whispers, I am stealing their youth. Release the fear that says, if I let them go, I will never be loved again. If you are younger, release the fear that hisses, they only want to control you, to mold you, to own you, when your spirit knows this person has shown you more respect than many your own age ever did. Heaven is not here to force a narrative of victim or villain. People are complex, wounded, learning, and growing. This person who fell in love with you is also on a journey. They have their own scars, fears, and blind spots. You have felt their sincerity in moments that brought you to tears. You have watched them be gentle, patient, or protective with you. You have also seen their inconsistencies, their confusion, their hesitations. You are not blind, you are discerning, even when you doubt yourself. Today, I swing a sword in the unseen. I cut the cords of shame that tell you your feelings are disgusting. I cut the cords of illusion that keep you attached to fantasy over honesty. I cut the cords of fear that say you must cling or be alone forever. There is a holy middle ground between self-denial and obsession. Between shutting your heart and losing yourself in another. That middle ground is what heaven is inviting you into today. A place of open-hearted wisdom. Archangel Michael says, do not run from what you need to face. Ask yourself the questions you have avoided. If this connection stayed exactly as it is now, would your soul be nourished or slowly drained? Do you feel safe being your true self with them? Do you feel free to speak your fears and hopes, or do you constantly shrink, edit, and hide parts of you? What does your body say when you think of a shared future, ease or tension? Heaven is speaking to you even through your own nervous system. Pay attention to the tightness in your chest, the release in your shoulders, the peace or disturbance that rises when you picture their presence. Your body is not your enemy, it is a messenger too. You have carried the weight of other people's opinions. What will they say if we are together? Will they mock us, disapprove of us, reject us? Will they accuse me of being naive, desperate, or wrong? Heaven sees how much you fear human judgment. Heaven knows every time you swallowed your joy because you imagined the faces of those who would not understand. It has been like a silent prison around your heart. I am sent to unlock that prison. Your life is not a courtroom for everyone else to judge. Your story is not a public trial for random bystanders. Your heart belongs to God before it belongs to any opinion. That does not mean you ignore wise counsel. Heaven often speaks through trusted, mature voices. But there is a difference between wisdom and gossip, between concern and control. Some who warn you truly care for your safety. Some who judge you are projecting their own pain and regrets. Heaven will give you the sight to tell the difference. Ask, and that discernment will be sharpened within you. Right now, in this very moment, a quiet shift is beginning in your spirit. The fog that has surrounded this love is starting to thin. You may not see the full picture yet, but shapes are forming in the mist. You have asked, God, just tell me yes or no. You wanted a simple sign, a clear thunderous answer. But heaven often moves in gentle layers, because your heart needs preparation for big truths. Archangel Michael says, heaven's kindness is protecting you from rushed decisions. What you feel as delay is sometimes divine protection. What you call silence is often a deeper work happening within you. This connection is not random. Even if it will not last in the form you want, it has already awakened parts of you that were asleep. It has shown you what you desire, what you need, what you cannot accept. You have remembered how to feel again. You have remembered that your heart is capable of loving deeply. You have remembered that affection, understanding, and passion are not just for other people, they are for you too. For some of you, this love has been a mirror. It appeared in your life to show you your own beauty and wounds. It reflected your unhealed places and your hidden strengths. It pushed you to confront where you still believe you are unlovable. Heaven wastes nothing, not even your mistakes, not even the messy parts of human love and longing. Even from heartbreak, God can grow wisdom, compassion, and courage. Even from confusion, new clarity can rise. Now, hear this clearly. You are not cursed in love. You are not doomed to always love the wrong people. You are in a training ground, learning to choose from your healed self. The age difference is not the main test. The true test is this: can you choose what honors your soul, even if it costs you something you are afraid to lose? Can you trust that if this person is truly meant for you, they will meet you where heaven calls you to stand? They will rise into honesty, responsibility, and mutual respect. They will not ask you to dim your light or break your boundaries. And if they cannot or will not rise, can you trust that God will not leave you empty? That the one who formed your heart will not abandon it? That there is more love ahead than the love you are afraid to release? Archangel Michael says, Heaven's love for you is more protective than yours for yourself. You may cling to what is familiar out of fear, but God sees the whole road, all the outcomes you cannot yet see. There is a promise woven into your story. A promise that you will not end in bitterness and regret. A promise that what was taken from you in past seasons will be redeemed in ways you cannot imagine. You have cried over love that never chose you back. You have grieved over promises that broke in your hands. You have mourned the version of you who gave everything and was left with nothing. Heaven saw every tear. None of it was unnoticed. None of it was meaningless. It all lives before the eyes of the one who loves you perfectly. Today, a new chapter begins in the unseen. You may not feel it like fireworks, it may be gentle, like the turning of a page. But inside you, a holy resolve is forming. You will not betray your soul for a love that cannot stand in truth. If this person truly loves you, they will feel this shift in you. They will sense that you no longer operate from fear and desperation, but from grounded worth and divine alignment. Some will rise to meet that. Others will slowly distance themselves. Neither outcome is a failure on your part. It is revelation. It is clarity. It is sorting. Heaven is promising you this: you will not miss what is truly yours by choosing wisdom. You will not lose your destiny by honoring your boundaries. You will not ruin God's plan by choosing what brings real peace. Your task is not to keep another person at any cost. Your task is to stay aligned with the truth in your own heart and the gentle leading of God's Spirit within you. From there, right connections remain, wrong ones fade. You fear loneliness like a shadow that waits at your door. You think, if I let this go, there will be no one else. I am too different, too old, too young, too broken. Those are not heaven's words. Those are lies born from wounds that are still healing. Heaven's words over you are, chosen. wanted, remembered, provided for. Archangel Michael says, "You are not running out of time. Time is held in the hands of the Eternal. Your story is not measured by the schedules of others. Your journey is your own, sacred and uniquely written." Release the panic that says, "This is my only chance." There is no shortage of love in the heart of God. There is no scarcity in the kingdom of heaven. You are not begging for crumbs, you are heir to a feast. If this person is meant to walk with you, no force of judgment, distance, or misunderstanding can permanently tear apart what heaven has truly joined. In the right time, in the right way, it will stand. And if they are not meant to stay in the role you imagine, even that will be turned for good. They will still have played their part in awakening you, in preparing you for what is yet to come. This is the release that begins now. Release of shame around your feelings. Release of fear about your future. Release of the belief that your love life is a punishment. Heaven is not punishing you through delayed answers. Heaven is protecting you, shaping you, guiding you. What feels like no is often not like this, and not yet can be something better, safer, truer. You are stepping into a season of clearer choices. You will feel your yes and your no become stronger. You will not be blown around as easily by charm, attention, or flattery. Your spirit will recognize what is real more quickly. Archangel Michael says, "I am stationed by your side to guard this new clarity." When confusion creeps in, call out for help. Heaven listens even to the smallest whispered prayer. You will begin to notice signs of alignment. Peace that remains, not just rushes in the moment. Consistency instead of empty promises. Mutual effort rather than one-sided chasing. These are not fantasies, they are markers of healthy love. Heaven wants that for you. Heaven is not asking you to settle for drama and call it passion. The promise over your life is restoration. What was broken in your understanding of love will be mended. What you learned in chaos will be rewritten in peace. What you accepted as normal will be replaced with heaven's standard. You will not always feel as conflicted as you do now. There will be a day when you can look back at this moment and see how much you grew, how much you healed, how much braver you became in choosing what is right for you. If this person is part of your long journey, they too will grow, heal, and align. Heaven works on both hearts, not just yours. You are not the only one being shaped by this. And if their path turns away from you, heaven will not abandon you in the empty space. There will be comfort, there will be new connections, there will be unexpected joys that wrap around your grief. You are allowed to desire love. You are allowed to want partnership, intimacy, and shared life. God is not angry at you for longing. Your longing was placed in you by the one who made your heart. The key is not to worship love above your own soul. The key is not to chase connection while discarding your own well-being. You are not meant to disappear inside another person, but to stand side by side, both seen, both honored. Archangel Michael says, "Lift your head, beloved. Feel the unseen hand under your chin, raising your gaze. You are not small. You are not weak for having feelings. Doing what is wise will be your strength. Being honest with yourself will be your turning point. Bringing this whole situation to heaven, without hiding any detail, will open the way before you. Tell God everything. Tell heaven the truth you barely admit to yourself. I love them. I am scared. I do not know what to do. You will not be struck down for your honesty. Instead, you will feel a new tenderness, a closeness between you and your Creator that you have craved without knowing it. The promise stands, you will see goodness again in love. You will experience a connection that is not fear-based, not secretive, not constantly on edge. Whether with this person or another, heaven will guide you toward relationships that reflect respect, kindness, responsibility, and mutual care. That is what you are being prepared for. Right now, receive this blessing into your heart. May every lie about your unworthiness be broken. May every chain of shame around this age difference be released. May every fear of judgment lose its power over you. May you have the courage to ask the hard questions. May you have the strength to walk away from what cannot love you well. May you have the softness to stay open to love that truly honors you. May you walk in the light, not in the shadows of confusion. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven rejoices over your courage." Even listening this far is an act of bravery. You are facing what others would rather numb and ignore. You are opening the door for transformation. Let peace wash over you now, like a gentle tide. Let the tightness in your chest begin to loosen. Let your shoulders drop as you realize, you do not have to carry this alone anymore. You are held. You are guided. You are seen in every hidden struggle. You are loved beyond what human words can describe. This person fell in love with you, even with the age difference. That is real in its own way. What heaven is asking now is that you let love be purified by truth. Do not confuse intensity with destiny. Do not confuse fear of loss with actual love. Do not confuse attention with real commitment. Ask for eyes that see beyond the surface. As you yield this connection into God's hands, you will not lose what is meant for you. What is truly yours in divine alignment will remain or return, stronger, clearer, steadier. And what is not truly for you will gently fade, making room for better, even if your heart does not understand at first. Trust that one day it will. Rise now inside, even if your body is still. Rise in your sense of worth. Rise in your commitment to your own soul. Rise in the quiet knowing that heaven is on your side. You walk forward from this moment not as a confused victim, but as a beloved child of God, guided, guarded, and growing in wisdom. Your story is not over. It is turning toward redemption. Carry this with you, you are allowed to feel. You are allowed to choose. You are allowed to be loved well. And as you keep walking, know that I, and many like me, stand watch over your path, fighting for your freedom, your clarity, your destiny. Archangel Michael says, you are more precious than you know, more guided than you feel, and more loved than you can yet imagine. Do not fear the years between you and another. Fear only living a life that betrays your own soul. Choose what is true, and heaven will take care of the rest. This is your revelation. Receive it, and walk in new light. My beloved child, I am not finished speaking. Heaven has more to pour into you. Your heart is still listening, still open, and so the message will go deeper. Do not rush away from this moment. Your soul has waited a long time to be understood like this. The questions you carry about this age-different love are not small. They shape how you see yourself. Archangel Michael says, Heaven is not afraid of your complexity. You do not have to simplify your story to be loved. You do not have to pretend this is easy or simple. You are allowed to be torn, confused, hopeful, and scared at the same time. Let us go beneath the surface now. Not just what is happening between you and this person, but what lives underneath your reactions, underneath your fears, underneath your patterns. Some of your attraction to this person comes from a place of genuine recognition and connection. Soul to soul, you feel understood, seen, comforted. That is real. But there are also deeper places in you, old wounds and unmet needs, that are drawn to something in them, like a child reaching for something familiar. If you are drawn to someone older, there may be a part of you that never felt fully protected or guided. A part of you that longed for safety, for wisdom, for someone who knows the road ahead. If you are drawn to someone younger, there may be a part of you that feels you missed your own youth, that your life became too heavy, too fast, and you crave the freshness, the lightness, the newness they carry. Heaven does not shame these inner places. They are not proof that you are broken beyond repair. They are invitations to healing, to see why this connection feels so powerful, so magnetic. You are not crazy for feeling what you feel. You are not sick for craving what you crave. But you are called to be honest with yourself about the roots beneath the attraction. Archangel Michael says, when you understand the roots, you gain power over the fruit. You no longer have to be ruled by what you cannot name. There was a time in your life when you needed someone to choose you and they did not. Maybe a parent, a partner, a friend, a first love. They left, or were never really there. So now, when this person with a different age looks at you like you are everything, your inner child or your inner younger self comes alive. They say, finally, someone sees me. Finally, someone picks me. This can feel intoxicating. It can feel sacred, like a second chance at something you lost. And in some ways, it is. But heaven wants that second chance to heal you, not bind you. If you are older, you may feel you must overgive to be loved. You pay more, do more, give more, sacrifice more, hoping they will not see your age as a disadvantage. Hoping they will not decide you are replaceable. If you are younger, you may feel you have to prove yourself. You speak older, act older, push yourself to be mature, so they do not see you as childish or temporary. You hide your youthfulness to be taken seriously. Heaven sees how exhausting this is. Heaven sees how you have tried to earn what should be given freely. You have worked so hard to be enough, but you were enough long before this person showed up. Archangel Michael says, your worth is not a project. It is a fact, fixed and unchanging. Love should recognize that worth, not constantly test it. Connection should honor that worth, not make you doubt it. This person fell in love with you across the years. They were drawn to something pure, something rare in you. Maybe your wisdom, your humor, your endurance, your softness, your ability to listen, to understand, to care without judgment. They did not only see your age. They saw your essence. That matters. Heaven honors the part of them that recognized your light. But now comes the revelation you must hold. Seeing your light and knowing how to handle it are two different things. Loving you and being ready for you are not always the same. You have given access to your heart to people who were not yet ready to hold it with care. It is not that they were demons, they were simply unprepared, unequipped, unfinished. In this age-different love, ask yourself with gentleness, not harshness, is this person ready to love me in a way that matches the depth of my heart? If you are older, ask, are they truly ready for the level of responsibility, stability, and emotional depth that my life now carries? Or are they drawn to an idea of me that feels safe and nurturing? If you are younger, ask, do they see me as a full person with my own dreams and growth ahead, or as a source of excitement, escape, or youthfulness to distract them from their own fears about aging and change? These are not questions of blame. They are questions of clarity. Clarity is love. Clarity protects you from building castles on sand. Archangel Michael says, heaven is not against this love. Heaven is against self-deception, self-abandonment, self-erasure. You are called to love, but not to disappear. You are called to care, but not to lose yourself. Listen, when this person enters a room, your heart shifts. When they text, your day brightens. When they are quiet, your whole mood drops. You have given them a power over your emotions that even they do not fully understand. You brace yourself every time something feels off, waiting to see if they will stay or fade away. Heaven understands this attachment. You are wired for connection, it is not a flaw. But heaven wants to unhook your value from their level of attention. This person can love you and still be uncertain. They can care deeply and still be immature. They can desire you and still fear the cost, the opinions, the future, the responsibility. Do not idolize them as the only key to your happiness. Do not demonize them as the cause of every pain. They are human, working through their own patterns, just as you are working through yours. Heaven is inviting you into a holy balance. To see their humanity and your own. To forgive where needed, but also to protect your heart. To honor love, but not ignore reality. Archangel Michael says, your story is bigger than this connection. As important as it feels, and it is important, it is still one chapter in a larger divine design. You are not stuck in this scene forever. There are futures where you and this person grow, heal, and meet again in a stronger, more aligned way. There are futures where your paths gently part, making room for different connections that better match your call. Heaven can see all these paths. You can see only one step at a time. This is why surrender is powerful, not weak. Surrender says, I choose what is highest for my soul, even if I cannot see it yet. You have tried to control outcomes before. You have clung to relationships long after they fractured, hoping that sheer willpower could hold them together. You ended up bruised, empty, and tired. Now, heaven is whispering a new way. You are allowed to love without clinging. You are allowed to care without losing yourself. You are allowed to hope without building your whole identity on one person. If you stay with them, let it be from choice, not fear. If you walk away, let it be from truth, not panic. Heaven will steady your hand either way, if you invite divine wisdom into your process. Archangel Michael says, some of you are in situations where this love is hidden, secret, or complicated in destructive ways. Perhaps there are other commitments, other bonds, other lives entangled. Heaven sees that complexity too. In those cases, the age difference is not the main issue. The main issue is integrity. Is this connection asking you to live split, to betray promises, to lie, to sneak, to hide? Heaven cannot bless what must live in darkness. Not because God does not love you, but because you were not created to live fragmented, always afraid of being exposed. If this is your reality, feel heaven's compassion, not condemnation. You did not set out to complicate your life. You followed a deep hunger for love, and it led you into tangled places. I am not here to throw stones at you. I am here to hand you keys. Keys of courage to make hard changes. Keys of honesty to face what is actually happening. Heaven will walk with you as you sort through the threads. Step by step, one conversation at a time, one decision at a time, you will move into greater alignment. You are not beyond repair. Your situation is not beyond God's ability to restore. But restoration never comes through deeper deception. It comes through truth, humility, and brave action. Archangel Michael says, your heart has been walking on eggshells for too long. Watching every move, every word, afraid to scare this person away. You have silenced your needs to keep peace. You have hidden your questions to avoid conflict. You have pretended to be okay with things that cut you deeply. Heaven is asking you to stop shrinking. Your needs matter. Your questions are valid. Your discomfort is a signal, not a nuisance. The right person for you, regardless of age, will not be terrified by your truth. They may be challenged, stretched, or even shaken, but they will not make you feel wrong for having a voice. In this age-different connection, you might feel like you should know better, or like you are too inexperienced to speak up. Both are lies. Wisdom is not always about years. Some old mistakes repeat across generations. Some young souls carry ancient wisdom from deep within. Heaven can speak through you, no matter your age. Archangel Michael says, start practicing radical honesty with yourself first. Write down what you really feel, what you really want, without editing it to sound correct or holy. Then, bring that page before God. Say, this is the truth of my heart. I lay it before you, without defense, without performance. Show me what is healthy, what is wounded, what is needed. In that place of raw truth, heaven can begin to rearrange things on the inside. False beliefs will be uprooted. Self-hatred will be confronted with gentle love. You will begin to see why you tolerate certain patterns. You will begin to see why you are drawn again and again to partners who cannot fully meet you. Nothing is random, there are reasons. As healing comes, your choices will change. You will notice yourself gravitating toward healthier dynamics. You will feel less desperate for approval, more grounded in your own presence. This may even change how you show up with this person. Instead of clinging, you will stand. Instead of begging, you will speak. Instead of chasing, you will invite. Archangel Michael says, this energetic shift is powerful. When you stop making them your oxygen, you create space for mutuality. They can choose you from freedom, not pressure. If they step closer into that space, with honesty and respect, then this love may grow into something strong and stable, even with the age difference. If they step back or show their true limits, do not collapse. Take it as information, not a verdict on your value. Thank heaven for the clarity, even through your tears. You are being prepared for a love that will not play with your mind or toy with your heart. A love that will see your years, your story, your depth, and stand beside you, not above you, not beneath you. Picture, just for a moment, a relationship, whether with this person or another, where you do not constantly fear being left. Where your age, your past, your body, your history are not used as weapons against you. Imagine waking up and feeling safe. Knowing that this person is not perfect, but they are honest, present, and committed to growth with you. The arguments are real, but so are the repairs. This is not a fantasy heaven dangles in front of you. This is part of the promise of restoration. A promise that as you heal, your relationships will too. As you align with truth, your connections will become truer. The pain you feel now over this age-different love is not the end of your story. It is a doorway. Through it, you are invited into deeper wisdom and deeper self-love. Archangel Michael says, you are allowed to grieve what will never be. You are allowed to cry for the version of this story that cannot happen in the way you dreamed. Heaven does not tell you, get over it, as if your heart is foolish for breaking. Heaven sits with you in the middle of the ache, whispering, I know. I know. I know. You may need to mourn the fantasy of a perfect, effortless love that magically erases all age gaps, all opinions, all complications. Grieving that fantasy makes room for reality. Reality can still be beautiful. Reality can still be miraculous. But it will be built on truth, not illusion. On grounded choice, not intoxicated denial. You are safe enough with God to let your illusions fall. Heaven will not let you drown in the emptiness that follows. New clarity, new hope, new directions will rise. Archangel Michael says, there is also a profound gift in loving someone across generations. There are lessons, perspectives, and blessings that only this kind of connection can bring. You have been shown a different angle on life. You have learned from their years or their freshness. You have seen what you want to carry forward, and what you never want to repeat. Some of you will remain connected to this person in a renewed, healthier form. Perhaps as a deep friendship, a mentor-mentee bond, or a respectful, honest partnership. Others will need distance for true healing. You may part ways with tears, gratitude, and blessing. Letting go not in hatred, but in acceptance that your paths are diverging. Both are holy outcomes when done with truth and love. Heaven does not value staying together above all else. Heaven values growth, integrity, and your soul's freedom. Whatever leads to that is honored. You will not always feel this raw. The intensity you feel now will soften with time, with support, with divine care. You will breathe easier again. There will come a moment when you can remember this person without the sharp stab in your chest.